All right, guys, we are back. How are we looking? We doing okay? I am so sorry. I thought these things were way past us. I thought we were past this point. But I moved locations in the house because last week somebody said it was buffering from our normal location. And even though I'm closer to the router, oh well. Shows our speeds are absolutely monstrous here. So I don't know what the problem is, if it's YouTube or what. I got a feeling because everything else is screaming. So we utilize that new Starlink system, the one they actually put up more satellites over Ukraine to help them out. And Elon Musk's whole deal, and it seems to be working really well. Yeah, could be lead paint. Funny you bring that up. I'm actually going to be tested, have a lead test done, uh, because just the sheer amount of shooting I do, reloading, we shoot steel targets. When you do that, it if you've ever watched slow motion video of even a Full Metal Jacket hitting a AR 500 target, the lead and everything basically vaporizes for a millisecond. It hardens back up. Some doesn't vaporize, but the lead certainly does. And you see the powder come off and it drifts with the wind. If the wind's blowing at you, bad day to shoot steel. You should either turn your range around, go with the wind, whatever, because you're breathing that stuff right in. Not to mention the massive amount of reloading I do and cleaning of brass. And it wasn't until recently, like a dummy, wasn't wearing gloves and all. I'm an old mechanic from the era where we were breathing in asbestos and everything else. I caught the tail end of that in the 70s, probably. We never thought twice about it. Carb cleaner, choke cleaner, anything. To this day, it's who knows. Siphoning gas through a hose, swallowing a mouthful or two here and there, drinking water out of a garden hose, whatever the case may be. I'm going to be tested for lead. I heard about it from Jerry Michalek. He gets tested regularly. Now, I'm not saying I shoot anywhere near the level he does, but I do a lot of shooting compared to most, and certainly a ton of reloading, and everything I do is on a single press, not a progressive. And I clean a ton of brass, and I use I do recently switch to a sonic cleaner for the first round, but I still polish with the corn cob and the shaker. I did that for years, and never did I realize how much dust it was putting out. And then I started just noticing a few things. It's probably just age, my memory, my recall. You'll notice in streams, guys, I go to recall something. I know like the back of my hand a name of a product or this or that, and I stumble and I ask you guys for help. Yeah, that's something recent, and it scares me a little bit. So one thing that came up was that, I haven't even researched it much, but I figured, hey, better safe than sorry. So, I'm wearing gloves these days, and I'm keeping the cleaning the brass to the sonic for the most part for anything containing the lead and all that, and just being a lot more careful these days. So, anyhow, just saw that and thought about it. I'm sorry for the stream. Looks like it's going well. Maybe it was just the connection we had. Sometimes you get a bummer connection, but it looks like it's good. So I will start from scratch, but we'll cover it quickly. So if you guys didn't notice the thumbnail, I used it again on this relaunch. Our MP5 is here. I got the call today, and it's here. And it's extremely cool. You all, if you've looked at any of them, they're a lot of money. Over the last couple of years, they went anywhere from like 2,500 to 3,900. I see them on Gunbroker, sometimes going nuts, 35, $4,000. They seem to hover right around that $3,000 mark. This one I got for $3,200 essentially. The batch that came in through HK, I don't know if it was HK of America, if they brought them in through a distributor, whatever, but those guns that came in, here's the difference. Those came in a soft case, marked HK. They came in with the HK screwdriver that has the sight tool in it. We did get that. They come with a manual. Ours came with a manual, but it's completely in German, no English, no other language at all. Ours came with the diopter sight, which is what you want. I hear the US ones have just a regular notch rear sight. So that's a big plus for this one. The biggest thing is the receivers on the ones that were imported normally to the US have all the legalese on them. Look at the side of your Z-Paps. You'll see it's like a billboard. But the HKs, they actually fill them with paint and they look terrible. So this one came in some small batch from some importer, actually. Arms Unlimited. Arms Unlimited. That's where it came from. They had a small batch straight out of Germany. The big drawback is you don't get a warranty. But who needs a warranty on an MP5, right? Nothing's going to happen. I'm positive of it. If it does, oh well, I can fix it. But no writing at all on the side of the receiver, just the pictograms for the safe and fire positions. It has the paddle mag release as well as the regular one. Has what looks like a QD mount right on the back of the receiver cover for a single point sling. It's not a QD though, it doesn't come off. Diopter sight. It came with a 10-round HK mag, 30 rounders. They were out of stock. I got a KCI, which is Korean. I usually talk bad about those things for AKs and whatnot. They just seem cheap and the paint's too shiny in my opinion. But these, I was surprised, really surprised. It's nice. It's got a chrome follower. They load extremely easy and smooth. They seem quality. And they were half the price. The HK 30 rounders go for between 60 and $70, and these were 30. You'd think for the money I paid that you'd get a couple 30 rounders, right? No such luck. Didn't come in any plastic. Came in a hard HK case that I could have fit 4 of them in there. Came with that screwdriver tool with the sight. I think it's a sight tool in there, and the German manual. That was it. Did not come with the bungee cord sling like the normal imports do, which is kind of a bummer. But it has the tri-lug. It has all the good features. I want to thank Tommy Guns. I showed him the ad for it when I saw it, and because I'm not an expert, guys. I just have done it a couple more times than some of you, so I can give you my firsthand knowledge, and I try to give you as much knowledge as I can. Some people say I sell myself short, but I never want to come across as that know-it-all or say I'm an expert or that I know it all, because I learn every day. And you guys will see in my videos, my comments, my live streams here, I ask you guys for help and advice on things I don't know, and I pass my knowledge along to you guys. So I try to, any knowledge I do pass along, I verify or I've done firsthand. So you can count on it. I promise you that. Once in a while, we do make mistakes, and I own up to them. I don't ever take it as a shot to the ego or anything like that. I will own up to it immediately. Doesn't bother me. I'm not that kind of guy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And all I'll do is apologize and move on and give credit to whoever corrected me. So never feel bad about correcting me. If I'm giving bad advice, wrong advice, you guys know better, have a better way to do it, by all means, that's what this chat's about. I love this chat. I love you guys in here, especially you regulars. If you're not regulars, jump into the chat, ask questions. No one here is a douche nozzle. Everyone here will help you. There's none of this talking down to anybody. I've never even experienced it in here. And I'm sure all these guys will say the same thing. We are here to help you, to improve our sport, to bring new people into it, and to help you along at every curve. And I guarantee you, if I don't know the answer, someone in here knows the answer and they're happy to help you. So don't feel like that new guy where, oh, if I ask a question, they're going to think I'm stupid. No, that's not what we're about, please. And it doesn't have to be AKs. These guys will tell you we're, an AK channel, Rockford Ordnance, and it's Koffee and Kalashnikovs. But we talk more about other stuff more often than AKs. We always talk about AKs, but after a while, guys, you run out of some stuff on there, right? And sometimes I will go back and handle some basics. And these guys get bored once in a while, but that's okay. It's always good to go back through stuff. We are going to talk about AKs today because this last week, since I saw you last, we shot a ton of 7.62 by 39 and had a blast. Shot all kinds of cool stuff. Got some cool videos coming. This HK, I can't wait if I can get out tomorrow. I got a ton of stuff going on. I got a doctor appointment tomorrow. I got a haircut appointment. I've got a person at work retiring. I got to go back to the store to be there for lunch. All kinds of stuff. But I think I'm going to sneak out there. Oh, we got an NRA dinner tomorrow. I told you guys before when the stream was going. Some of you guys may say, hey, screw the NRA. My thought is, and take it for what it's worth and hear me out. Don't be one of those, the sign of an intelligent man is he hears someone out before he just cancels it. The NRA, no matter how you cut it, are the biggest dogs on the block. There's no bigger. Yes, they've done some really crappy stuff and the leadership's been all messed up. It's going to get better, I promise you. And they're still doing good stuff and they got a ton of money, no matter how much they stole. It's going to get better, and they're still the biggest dog in the fight. Gun Owners of America, if you can join them because they're the ones leading the charge on the legal fronts everywhere, and they're doing a great job, along with state organizations, all kinds of people. Support as many as you can with as much as you can, but don't leave them out. Don't be this screw them. Guys, they've got people in the places we need them, and we need everybody right now, including you guys. So take it with a grain of salt. Do as you wish. I'm not ever going to tell you and push my stuff on you. I'm just going to tell you what I do and why. And you can take it at that. So we covered our HK. I hope you looked at the pictures. It's cool. I'm going to do a quick video tonight. Just a once over, like an unboxing, show it to you. I'll get it up as quick as possible. And then tomorrow we'll get out and shoot. And hopefully I can get you another one right away. And you guys will dig it. I was a little bit disappointed getting it. Just not really buyer's remorse, but just that's a lot of money for any gun. I could have bought an SGL. I could have bought, I could have bought a lot of really neat stuff. I could have bought a Chinese, I could have bought a Norinco. So not that I don't have a rare one, but could have bought a Polytech Legend, probably all kinds of stuff. But I think I've got a ton of AKs. I got a ton of imports. I got the ones I like. And to me, an MP5 is just iconic. It's in so many movies. Non-gun people know it. They go, oh, yeah, look at that. It's just one of those things you got to have. But, opening it up, looking at it, and having the Scorpions I have, and even the Charger, the Ruger Charger, it's not all that different size, this, that, it's 9, it's a little sub gun. Yes, it's way better built than anything else out there. Probably it's more reliable. It's HK. But when you got other stuff you could have fun with, it's kind of, we'll see. When I shoot, it'll be cool. Part of it is, it's like when I bought that PC Charger. That was a spur of the moment thing. When I got it, I'm like, it's ugly. I like how the barrel comes off. That's really cool. But once you do that a couple of times, I was bored. But once I put on the grip I like, so it looked better, then I got the brace on it, and I put an optic on it. It was way cooler, and I like it a ton. We're going to talk about that too. We shot that a bunch more. We're going to bring a video out on that. I put a piece in the video on the Markelmar Spanish Sepmi that dropped that video a couple days ago. If you didn't watch all the way through, watch all the way through. We do a little shooting with that Ruger, and it was a ton of fun, and it runs really well, and it's growing on me. We had a ton of guns a few months ago all come in at once, and I flew through them with reviews, but we didn't get to spend a lot of time. So we're spending a little time now and bringing you guys these revisiting videos, okay? And you'll get a little more in depth, and you'll learn how they're holding up, what they're doing, and what we like and what we don't like about them. We're still shooting the Mossberg 590 retrograde. That's a cool one. If you haven't seen the video, go check that out. It's really doing better too. Really liking it. We're gonna get back with our Beretta 1301 video on our M17 SIG that I just love. And we shot a bunch of AKs this week and had a ball. Let's go over what I shot in AKs, because it is coffee and Kalashnikovs. Hopefully you got some type of coffee or adult beverage. We're drinking Dunkin' Donuts tonight. That's my mainstay, everyday coffee. Love it. You guys, with the giveaway, they are out. They are in the mail. If you didn't get them today, you'll have them, I would say, tomorrow, Thursday at the absolute latest, depending where you're at. There were 3 of you. I sent them out, and you all got double prizes because of my lack of attention and being so busy. I couldn't get them out. I felt so bad. So I sent you each 2 of them. So use them in good health. If you don't have 2 AKs, one to put it on, give one to a friend. Give one to someone at the range and mention the channel. Talking about giveaways, we got another giveaway coming up. I was contacted when we got cut off last time. I was contacted by a gentleman today that said he asked me if I had recently talked to Mark Krebs. And I said, no, but what do you need? You know, it'd give me a good excuse to call him, whatever. And he said, and I've been waiting for him to respond to a text so I could give you the right info, but I'm going to give you both info. And however it works out, I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. Anyhow, a week or 2 ago, I noticed a picture blurb on Instagram from Krebs. And it's this little tool that they have for moving the pin, the slider, to release the gas tube, right? You know, normally maybe we try to pry it up with our finger. If we can't, we grab whatever's handy, or if you know the bolt carrier trick, you can use the bolt carrier to pry it up. For those of you that are going, what, Chris? You pry it open with the bolt carrier. Yeah, so the little lever that holds, that you swing down, that holds on the gas tube and your top handguard, the whole mechanism, you swing it down, it locks it in, right? Some, when they're new, are very, very stiff, hard to get off. Your fingers, you're killing your fingers. You're like, God, I can't get this thing. You can use whatever you have around to pry it up, right? But you take the risk of scratching the gun, scratching the lever, the paint comes off, whatever. A quick kind of hack. You will already have your dust cover off. You'll have your bolt carrier and bolt out and recoil spring. And now you're going to take the top cover or the gas tube off to clean it, or whatever the case may be. That lever is stamped steel, right? Well, on the side of your bolt carrier, there's a groove that's the groove that the carrier runs in on the receiver. That groove, the width of it is usually, I'll say usually, because 99% of the time it is. I have found 1 or 2 guns that that slot is too narrow. But you can take that slot, hold the bolt carrier, the heavy part of it, in your hand, put that slot over the lever, and use the leverage of that bolt carrier and piston to rock up that lever and release your gas tube. That's just a little hack. Most guys that have had AKs for a while know it, but in case there's some new people or you guys never tried it, you can uh, you can use that. So 762 here says, I can't respond through phone. Sorry. No Facebook on it. So 762, basically, I just was asking whether or not it was going to be marketed through Krebs or you or both, or how you wanted me to say it, I guess, is what I was getting at. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm happy to promote the product because I like the product, and I'm happy to do it and help out whoever, but I just don't want to step on any toes. I don't know what agreement you have and whatnot. So if you want to type out real fast here or something, and I'll be happy to follow you on that, or you can comment along. But the faster you could type, the better it is before I stick my foot in my mouth. Anyhow, so I'm watching Instagram and various distributors, no agreements. Okay, so I can mention I'm at Krebs and you probably, I don't know if you're going direct or what, but anyhow, I see an Instagram post of Krebs and he's got this little tool that is a standalone tool. It fits the lever and you easily pry it up. It fits rather well. So you're not going to scratch. Hopefully you're take paint off. I won't guarantee that, but it's certainly a better way of doing it than your random screwdriver or whatever the hell you got handy. Even the bolt carrier, sometimes if that slot's too narrow, it can scrape paint, that kind of thing. But really a cool little tool. Small enough you could put on a key ring or in your range bag or box or whatever. And I thought, my God, geez, the simplest of things. Why didn't I think of that? If I'm getting a few bucks a piece for them, whatever they cost, what a great little thing. So I remembered seeing it and I thought, next time I see Mark, I got to check that out. And then this gentleman contacts me and says, hey, he told me is making these things for Krebs and would I want to do something with them? And I said, sure. I said, I can't believe it. I saw the Instagram post a few days ago and I thought, how ingenious. I'd be happy to review it and this and that and give a few away, whatever. So 762 here is going to supply us with a few of these things, and we're going to do a video. We're going to review them. I will continually use them in videos when we're taking apart guns, and I'm going to use them personally at the range, whatever, because it's genius. It's one of those things that's so simple. You go, oh, God, why didn't I think of that? And we're going to give a few away. We're going to do a review. So I don't know what we'll do for the contest, how we'll do it, but I'll come up with something a little better than last time. I'll stick Mrs. Rock on that one. How's that sound, guys? Maybe we can con her into coming on here and doing the contest. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. If you guys here, put into the comments, say, come on, Mrs. Rock, or yay, Mrs. Rock, or something in there to get her to come on here. I'll show her the comments later. And if there's enough of you saying something that she should come on here, maybe, just maybe she will, to do the contest. She has also made up some shirts for the channel. And as soon as I get those done, we will give away a couple and we'll be selling some. They're really cool. They got an AK on the front. An AK on the back, Rockford Ordnance. On the front, there's an American flag and it says The Rock underneath the flag. So kind of cool. I'm going to do them in what other color? OD green. If you guys want to see some other colors, put it down there and I'll see what I can do. But she took this project on her own. She's the one that came up with the contest, all of this. She doesn't, my gun hobby annoys her at best, right? I'll just say it annoys her. She thinks I'm obsessive. I am, but hey, aren't we all? And So it's nice when she gets involved, and I think it's awesome that she's doing this for me. It really makes me happy that she cares enough to get involved and help me out in it when I know the whole thing annoys her, the money, everything. Because guys, this you have no idea. Forget about. Well, you have an idea. You see the guns, the ammo, the this, the that. You know what it costs. None of it is free. It's zero. You know what I've gotten free in the years I've done this? I got a Krebs IMS system, the flash hider and the brake. I got that free. I'll probably be getting a couple of these little tools. I got a couple mag loaders from Bloody Wheels, 3D printed. And off the top of my head, unless I missed somebody, I hope I didn't miss anybody. One guy once sent me a lower handguard for an RPK. But that's it, guys. That's it. All of it, it comes out of mine and Mrs. Rock's pocket. And while, yes, I'm building a collection, I would never, ever be having this many test subjects and buying and selling just to get more stuff to do reviews on for you guys. And the ammo and the reloading, man, oh man. Not bitching. I'm having fun. And I love doing it. I love doing it for you guys. I love this chat. Um, uh, the YouTube does not pay the bills. If any of you, I know I only say it once per video, but just down below where you comment, there's a $sign. If any of you want to do a super chat on there to help the channel, it all goes back in. Matter of fact, I used the money in the last money they released. I bought a new hangers for our steel targets because if you guys watched the video on the Marcomar Spanish set me and my son's friend that came back from Afghanistan, we took shooting. There's rods we use. First of all, let me give these guys a plug. They don't sponsor me. They didn't pay for the targets. They didn't give me anything, but it's called Taylor Targets. If you guys get a chance, check out their website. I ran into them in a retail location back when I had a lot of money, and I bought the base. You buy the base, and then you can buy all the different top stuff. And at the time, they had nowhere near what they have now. But you buy, there's rods that go in, and then you can buy like the gong target comes with the chains and everything. You can buy the upper torso. They make different hangers. They make spinners, and you can combine one or two bases to make a whole target array. What you guys see mine is just a simple torso or gong, but you can do crazy stuff. So this new adapter system I bought because Mikey blew it in half with a shot right in the middle, and it went pling, and the plate fell, and that was the end of it. It had been shot up so many times, re-welded, hammered back. Every range when we're doing mag dumps and really hammering away, things may get out of hand by 6 inches, a foot or whatever around the target, and we'd hammer the hell out of it. So I'd be on my anvil of my vise in the garage, pounding it straight, moving the tabs over, welding a washer in, whatever it took to keep that thing alive for the last few years. It's had the front of the base is thick AR 500 steel. The back of it is just thin sheet metal to save money. Well, my son one time set it down range with AR 500 metal facing toward the back and the thin stuff facing toward the front. And we didn't realize at 100 yards that we were blowing holes through it like nuts until end of the day when we went to get it. Anyhow, we got these new target hangers coming. They're going to work with 2x4s, which put the torso up higher at a normal, let's say 5-foot level instead of down close to the ground. And the 2x4s will also allow us to hang paper targets there instead of using the yard sale signs we use. They'll hold better in the wind, everything. Plus, I can also just hang a bunch of other stuff. We'll eventually get a base and all that. But anyhow, long story short, check out Taylor Targets website, taylortargets.com. And they got super cool stuff. I think I once sent them a letter to see if they'd sponsor us. I don't think I heard back, or maybe I never sent the letter. I don't know. Hey, if you get somebody or you talk to him on the phone, say, hey, check out Rockford Ordnance. He uses your stuff, and that's where I found you. Maybe, just maybe, they'll sponsor us, and we can bring you guys cooler videos like Iraq Veteran has, with 8 or 10 of them out there. That'd be so cool. I couldn't even imagine it. But AR 500 is expensive. So we got those hangers coming, and you guys bought them. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Specifically bought with super chat money. So if you can, if you feel we're worth it, throw us a super chat and it gets thrown back into the channel. I thank you when you do. And if you can't, we get it. We get it. Things are tough. Money's tight. Money's not worth crap anymore. But it helps. So I got that coming. I'm hoping they're here this week so we can do more steel videos, because that's what gives you guys that feedback when we're shooting. And yeah, it's just cool. And we're going to get another camera as well, so we can cover a downrange camera and have a split screen, or at least show you the hits as it's going. Much better that way. You guys see me shooting and hear the ping. For all you know, it could be a guy holding a little gong with a hammer, and I go boom, and it goes ting. There's a video like that on YouTube. It's hilarious. Guy's like, yeah, hitting shots at 1,000 yards like nothing. He's like, boom, and you hear ting, boom, ting, and the camera pans down, and his buddy's ducked down there with a gong and a hammer. It's hilarious. Anyhow, no, we don't do that. And sometimes it's hard to hear the gong down there, that kind of thing. So the better we can make it for you guys, the better. Trust me, I'm a viewer too. Frankly, we're kind of low budget, so we're trying to make it better. So 762 has these little tools. He said he would supply us with a few. I don't know what a few is, but whatever it is, I only need one to test and do, or I don't know, maybe I'll have either Jake that helps out on the channel sometimes, or my cousin who helps out. We'll have him test one too and use it, see what he finds. But I know these are going to be cool tools. I said yes right off the bat. I saw the Instagram post. I get it. I looked at it. They're blued, I believe. I mean, they're nicely done. This isn't some little junky thing. It's nice. So we'll get you guys out a few in a contest. We'll use them. You'll think they're really cool. It's one of those basic little things that, great idea, by the way, coming up with that. I wish I was that creative. Hattori Hanzo's in here. Save the Bees 96 is back. Thank God. Joe is back. Tommy Guns is in here. He said German curse. That's what slowed our stream down. Look, the stream's perfect now, guys. Amazing. Who came in with a super chat right off the bat? Look at that. I can't see right now. When I get down to it, I will call them out. I can't tell. I think I know whose icon that is, but they're little on my screen, guys. They're hard to see. I should put them on the 85-inch here where we can see them, but it would be delayed. Let's see. I was talking about Joe said his day got real lousy earlier, and I said, yeah, well, mine's getting lousier now. And he says, and I'll use the real words Joe probably meant here. He said, I woke up at midnight to someone shit in the bed. I don't envy you, Joe. God bless you. God has a special spot for you. Don't worry about it. And we all do that for parents, right? No doubt. I'm close to that situation. I'm just lucky I have someone. My mother's still there to help out. So it's going good. She takes good care of them. Let's see. Blame Putin, someone said. Yeah, we could do that. My thoughts on this whole thing, I'll get into them later maybe. I'm not going to say much on the whole Ukraine thing right now. But let me just say this. Wouldn't it be funny if Putin turned out to be the one you want to be allies with? Isn't that funny? If things were going to go bad and you had this new, the Great Reset and all these leaders involved in it and all, who would be the last one to go along with it all? Putin, right? Because he has absolute control. What does he want to bring someone else into his game? He doesn't want to be answering to the IMF or anything else. He's already got it handled. So why would he want to go in? He's the last guy that would join up in this whole thing. You ever wonder that's why they're making him out to be this bad guy? Because he won't fall step? Maybe there was something to our prior president, doing some of the things he did. Who knows? It's just my thought. That's my thought process. Take it for what it's worth. But I got a feeling at the end of the day, there's a lot more behind it. Good break, clean buzz, baby. I will have your package out tomorrow or Thursday. No rush. I love his screen name 762. That's so cool. Save the bees. My dad has asbestos from so much asbestos exposure at work. Yeah, my grandfather was a mechanic, owned service stations in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and he died of lung cancer. God bless him. He was a great man. Do you think Ukraine can export AK-12 parts kits and or captured wood and Zenitco furniture? I'd be willing to pay good money for those and support them in that way. I don't know if they can or not. It's probably the last thing on their minds right now. Zenitco furniture. I have pretty good stuff. Bet that stuff's going to be worth a fortune pretty quick here, huh? It's funny. I was about to undo that gun and take it back to normal, and now it's all Gucci. Got me a Gucci cribs. Gucci cribs. Anyhow, let's see. Mr. C. That was the AK-12 question. Joe, Rock, if I live long enough to worry about it, I've done better than most. Yep. Rock, my dad has aged a lot. He was your age when it started, and it's part of life. Oh, my God, don't scare me like that. Told you why I'm getting lead testing, right? Sometimes things scare you a little bit, and usually when something like that pops in your head, there's probably a reason for it, right? So I'm going to get checked up. Shut up, Alan. Did this guy eat a brick of lead or something? What did I miss? Mr. C, the Dems will kill that import idea real quick. Yeah. Battlefield pickups. HK Sight Tool is $80. Is that Sight Tool what I'm seeing in the handle of the screwdriver? So it comes with a little red Phillips screwdriver. I don't have it here. I'd show you. And in the handle, you just pull it out. Is pressure fit in there? It's a little cylinder. It's got two little legs that pop out on the side. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Sight Tool. Let's see if that's $80. Holy cow. Just got the Gen 4 SLX 3x from Primary Arms. Can't wait to throw it on the ZPAP and see how it works. So is the Gen 3 the new little one? Is that it? I was watching AK Operator Union had it. And I've got a ton of those 3X prisms. I've got one on our NPAP, and that's our go-to, beat it up, always in the truck, rolling around, shoot it more than anything. Because at the time, NPAPs were everywhere, and I could always get another one. I didn't care about it, and we just put thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds through it. And that 3x, it does everything. It's enough to reach out, and the gun is so accurate with that thing. I love it. And then I saw the new version of that Primary Arms 3x prism scope, and they've made it a lot more sleek. It looks like it's molded out of one piece, and it doesn't have all the rails and this and that. But that being said, it sits super, super low if you combine it with an RS Regulate mount, which that's what we use. Guys, at the end of the day, we use Arsenal mounts. I've tried the Zastava mount. I've tried the Midwest Industries mount. But all in all, we have way more RS Regulate mounts than anything else. And it's your best bet. It's way better than anything else. It mounts lower than anything else. You can custom configure it, either forward bias, rear biased, or the center one, all the different mounting uppers. It's rock solid. It's If you're going to buy one, or you want to buy one and done kind of thing, just get the Iris Regulate. I know they're sold out all the time, but if you're patient, you look around, you'll get one. I've gotten a bunch of them, and I just go back to them all the time. There's nothing better. If it's a few dollars extra, please save your money and just another week or whatever till you have the money and get that. It's well worth it. Anyhow, the 3x prism now looks so slick. It almost looks a little weird to me. I don't like the looks of it. I have not held one. I don't like the looks. It looks like an artist did it, a modern artist or something, where the other one looks good to me. It looks rough and tough and how it should look. So if that's the one you're talking about, I don't like the looks, but I do like that it's smaller, sits lower, and still does all the same stuff that one does. So once I can get past the looks, it'll be cool. But what a great choice that optic is. So good. I'm glad you got it. Get it on there and use it. You're going to love it. And that ACS reticle is the most useful, best, fastest. It's awesome. Can't go wrong, guys. Let's see. Big turnoff for imports is they almost ruin it for me with all the scribbles on the side of them. Yeah, right? Ellen Bishop sold off one of my Sam 7 side folder rifles. Oh, no. Why? I hope you got big money. I hope that's the reason why. Those side folders, guys, are, at least mine. Mine's got the OD furniture. Not that that's any big deal. I had one guy criticize me. What do you mean it's so special? That's just cheap U.S. furniture. Yes, it is. I don't care. But it's cool, and I like it. It's different than just black, or finding wood for it, or bake, or whatever. I just like the OD. It was something different. And I still haven't put an optic on that rifle. I love shooting that gun irons. It's like a laser. It just fits me well, and I can throw that gun up and just pop, and it's right there. Love that gun the way it is. We're going to talk about what we shot this week, AK-wise, here in just a second. I want to get to these super chats to give these folks credit here and go through your stuff. So let me catch up here real quick. Mr. C, Tommy guns, I hope so. Maybe they can sell them to Romania and they can sell it to us. You're not going to see that happen, guys, right now. Not right now at all. Not even in the near future. Militant, I'm digging the Bear Creek side charger I got. Good. I mean, I'm glad you like it. I hope you got to shoot it. Rockford, you get my email today, or you still got me blocked? I don't have you blocked. I just didn't check my email. Is it that important? Should I go read it now and come back? Or maybe if we take a break, I'll read it. If not, I promise you, I'll get back to you. Tommy thinks I'm after him somehow. I love Tommy. Tommy's awesome. And man, what a great, he's got so much cool stuff. He's one of the few people I'm jealous of on here. Mr. Douche Nozzle to you, sir. I didn't call you a douche nozzle. I used it. I don't remember what I used it, but I wasn't calling anybody that. No douche nozzle, just a brash snarfs or two. Joe, is that the upper you just got? Yeah, it says upper you just got. Militant was $235 shipped, cheap. Where did I see cheap stuff? Oh, Palmetto State. You could buy an upper and a lower done. It was on today or yesterday's ad and be like $399. $399. I think it was. Yeah. Oh, and it was a regular M4 upper with the A1 sight and all, and just a lower. I think it had FDE furniture on it. And when you add it up, it was like $398, $399. I thought, wow, I should just buy one just because it's $399, you know? And hey, say what you will. And maybe it's not chrome line, this and that, but it will hold up with the best of them, I'm sure. So, sorry guys, I just got to do something real quick here. Disconnect. There we go. All of a sudden, Siri started going off. But yeah, $399 for an AR. Hey, AKs are at their pinnacle right now, but ARs are cheap and staying cheap apparently. You know what you do when things are cheap, right? You buy and keep buying. With the legislation going on against homemade firearms and stuff, I'm not going to use their term for them. Totally legal to build your own firearm and not serialize it. Totally legal, has been forever, since before this country was founded. How do you think we got our guns when they colonized here? It's been legal. It is legal. They are taking it away from us. There's a ruling coming out within the next few months, for sure. For sure, I can just about guarantee you, where we will no longer be able to do that without serializing them and reporting them to our masters. I would recommend buy uppers. Buy a lot of uppers right now, shipped to your door, right? Because those are going to be serialized too, I promise you. They've already talked about it. It's going to be. So buy a bunch of uppers right now while you can. If you can afford a bunch of 80 percenters or whatever, get those AK 80 percenters or AK flats, polymer 80 stuff, Glock stuff. Get it while you can. And the uppers on the ARs, because those are going to be serialized. Hell, who knows what they're going to do with all the rest of the stuff. Bolt carriers are a great idea. I'd put your money there. Stuff that you can have that's unserialized and untrackable right now. That's where I would put my money, at least so you have a few on hand, if you know what I mean, that you can kind of forget about, so to speak. But do it, guys. They moved up the date on the braces and stuff, and I'm not positive, don't quote me, but I think they moved up the date on the receiver thing and all too. I think it's next month, real quick. Next month's 2 days away. So if you can, grab some. Just grab it, tuck it. I'm not telling you what to do, or consult your attorney. I'm not an attorney. Don't do, all the usual bullshit, but do it. Let's see, where are we at here? Looking at getting a Beulah M14 19-inch model. Cool. Milton, my buddy has one. Haven't messed around in the garage. Damn, dude, you got a hell of a deal. Chase, I've heard good things, Alan, on the Beulahs. I don't know what that is. I went with a Fulton enhanced service model. I love it. Oh, sounds cool. Sold that Sam 7 SF to pick up the Beulah. Well, if you got more than one, why not? It's nice to have a couple of good things, but when you can add something cool, that's cool too. Alan's got a dozen M14 mags. I don't have an M14 mag. I don't have an M14. I'd like to have one, but it's further down on the list. Beulah is a government parts supplier for the U.S. government M14s. Was that Ashta Beulah by any chance? They were a foundry or a forge. They used to make bicycle cranks and different stuff way back in the day for bicycle racing, before we went to aluminum cranks and lower sets and stuff. They make complete rifles, government spec, can't respond through phone. Chase Kelly. They made the forge parts for them. Love M14s. Yeah, what's not to love? A Garand with a mag, right? What's not to love? Real Avid Gun Boss has a gas tube lever tool, but it's made in China. All the AK hacks I have seen say use the bolt carrier. Yep. It works good. Once in a while, it will not fit the lever though. Once in a real while. I can't remember what guns. Next time I do it, I'll see. But now I'll have this cool little tool. Why not? Alan Bishop, how'd it shoot? I picked up a pretty neat rare arsenal over the weekend. What'd you pick up, Tommy? I will ship yours out tomorrow or Thursday. That was the tool. Cool. We'll have them quick. Let's see, Alan. Actually, not bad. Ran 30 rounds of Barnoul ammo. Zeroed PK01 red dot at 100. Cool. Surprisingly, even the simplest ideas take a lot of R&D. Absolutely, they do. Angles, this, that stuff you don't think about. Has anyone watched the most recent video put out by the AK guy, Brandon Herrera? So it's an update on his AK-50. Say what you will about the guy. I didn't like the guy at all a couple of years ago. And I've gained a lot of respect for him. I really do. And you guys will say, he's a punk or he's this or he's that. Guys, when you sit down and think about what he's done, what he's doing, the kid's got a set on him, man. He jumped in, and you don't find many people would do that. And the money he's put into it. Anyhow, they've been using 3D printers to prototype a lot of the parts and to see how they interact. And they can do it much quicker, much cheaper that way before having to mill prototypes, because milling prototypes takes a crazy long time because it's one-off stuff. They got to fit it in between jobs, if they're subbing it out. And you get it and you're all excited, and within 3 seconds of getting it, you go, oh, crap, it doesn't work out or it doesn't fit. And you wasted a ton of money at a time. 3D printers, they're changing. So he had a 3D printed receiver, a trunnion, bolt carrier, everything. And he showed how it worked and rotated and what he's done with the lugs. Just the engineering in the lugs, amazing. Something I even learned something I didn't know in there about the bolt and the rotation. Just a certain thing with the face of the bolt and whatnot. If you haven't seen the video, go look at it. It really gives, and they did the bolt and carrier and all, and trunnion in a translucent medium, so you can see how things work. Guys, the operation and the rotational lock is basic, but he brings up a few good points that are amazing. And yeah, you wouldn't believe the amount of R&D in one little thing. I mean, even on the most simple stuff. So go check it out. That gun's coming along. He's got version 2 cycled, ejected, fired, everything. Now it's starting to look like a gun. He's got his handguard. The stock's going to be a little different, but it's everything about it. He's trying to keep as AK as possible, and it looks good. The receiver has to be extra long. So think of a Barrett, sort of, where the hand grip is up here. He's got like a Bakelite, actually. And then where the receiver would end here, or the rear trunnion, it's ending back here. So due to length of pull and all, the stock's going to be, like that long maybe. It's not going to look like a traditional AK stock, nor does he want it to. This is a modern development, a modern version, right? I thought it would be cool. I don't like that receiver. I thought it would be cool if he could sort of sleeve the stock down the receiver. So yeah, the only solid part of the stock behind the receiver is that long, but maybe the rest sleeves over it to make it look like a stock. You follow me? And so in essence, the rear of the receiver sits in a channel in the stock, similar to a front handguard, sort of lower handguard, but then the butt of the stock is maybe the last 4 or 5 inches of it. And that way it could give it the look, more AK look to it. And yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Just a thought. He asked for some thoughts, and I was going to send him that. But maybe he doesn't want it to look that traditional, let's say. For contests, have a jar of ammo and guess the amount. Yes. Tommy, you are the man. Awesome, awesome idea. Now, what caliber? That's a stupid friggin' question. We all know what caliber it's going to be. All right, that's what we're doing. Tommy's got it. Awesome idea. Dude, I should give you a prize just for coming up with that. Let's see. It's made by Kalinka Optics, Absolute Co-Witness Mount. Yeah, Kalinka makes nice stuff. Alan Bishop, what model Arsenal did you get, Tommy? Yeah, tell us. It jumped on me here, and I'm getting to the super chats here. Don't worry. Where'd you go? Joe Morgan, I vote tactical black. For what? T-shirts? Alan Bishop, I like that barrel ammo, that Barnoul ammo. I just got 1,000 rounds. I don't have any of that. I had a few boxes. I shot it. I didn't notice anything great or different about it. Bought motorcycle tires this week. Blew up my gun budget. Yeah, they can get expensive. Thank God when we were racing, we didn't get a tire sponsor till I think our last year when we were basically just running national championships and stuff. And even then, it was just a helping hand from Dunlop. But yeah, they're expensive, boy, let me tell you. And when you're racing at top levels, you say, well, that tire's got, well, no, not at those levels. You need that sharp, clean edge for traction, for braking. And it matters. It could be the difference between a whole shot and winning a race or throwing the whole race away at the start. So you go through new tires every moto. Then they go to the practice bike, and we wear them to the bejesus on there. We rotate them sometimes backwards to get the clean edge for braking and whatnot. But even then, on worn out tires, when you're going to be racing on brand new ones, you want that feel. So you're running new tires for practice too. It gets very expensive, not to mention all the rest of it. Anyhow, that Arsenal ammo looks good, sealed at the case mouth. SBR, that thing, my MP5. Yeah, if I was gonna SBR anything, it would be that. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll pick up a Madsen, Elvish 2 roll pins and a text stamp, and it could be. Let's see. Alan Bishop 36 is good round. Yes. Get Mrs. Rock on the show. Subs will skyrocket, don't you know? That Dixie living. Thanks to Dixie for being here. And I knew it was your icon. They were the first in with a sub. Dixie, you've been so good to me lately. I can't even thank you enough. But it was your money that went and bought those Target things. So you can lay claim to those. You know, when you say that, Mrs. Rock's not too harsh on the eyes, if you know what I mean. I tell her all the time, and I mean it. She is better looking and sexier than the day I married her. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. Sometimes women, they're like wine. You know, it's true. They get better looking with age. They fill in all the right spots, and they get more sophisticated. And yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Dixie living. We want Mrs. Rock. We want Mrs. Rock. That's awesome. I'll try. I've been trying. It's hard. Then I worry too. You know, it's bad enough that I put myself out here. You don't know what's out there, you know, or even who you're talking to some of the time. I'm sure things get infiltrated here and there, but it worries you sometimes, you know. But Mrs. Rock is. Have any of you guys watched Yellowstone? If you haven't, I binged it last night. I had to go to work this morning, and I knew what time it was, and I couldn't stop. I am addicted. The fourth season hit Peacock yesterday, and it's so cool. There's a lot of gunplay in this thing, and the opening scene, I won't ruin it for you, but the opening scene of the fourth season, man, one of the best gun battles I've ever seen on TV or a movie or anything. Absolutely fabulous and nonstop, and just kept going. And wow, it was awesome. So I binged that till 5:30 this morning. Didn't shut it off. I was right here watching it. I just kind of rolled the other way and kept it going. And I finally fell asleep for about an hour and got up and went to work. And here I am. Yeah, that's how good it is, guys. There's 4 seasons. Started at the beginning, watch them all. Anyways, the daughter in this, she is the toughest, uh, heartless. Oh my God, she's ruthless. And she reminds me exactly of my wife, Mrs. Rock. I I'm not saying that bad. My wife's just she's as tough as she is pretty, and that's not even getting close to how tough this girl is. Things she's been through, things she's done. She's an amazing girl to be where she's at. Most people would have crumbled years ago. Crumbled, absolutely crumbled, let alone what we had happen last year and everything. Oh, I'm going to tell you guys, just maybe you guys have said a couple prayers. So we have a herd of dogs, okay? And they're the best defense, better than my alarm system, better than my locks, my deadbolts, my safes, my this, my that. They're the best. And we run the gamut. I have my girl that I love, Lexi. She is an English Mastiff. She's not a huge one, but she's a solid, my wife would know exactly, 150 to 170, let's say, somewhere in there. Reverse brindle. She's beautiful. We adopted her at 1 year old, and she's the sweetest thing. I love her to death. And she's getting up there in age. I worry about her. They only last, they say, 10 to 12 years. She's 10 now. She's still doing well. Everything's good, but she's getting all gray. And on the other end of the spectrum, we got Calvin, little Chihuahua. And the cool thing, I never liked those dogs, the yipping and the barking. Well, when my daughter wanted one of these things, I stayed at that pet store for hours just to make sure it wasn't one of those dogs. And he's not. And he's awesome. He puts a smile on my face every single day, multiple times a day. If I'm having a bad day, go over and see Calvin, and he makes you smile, laugh. He's so funny. He's awesome. He's also obsessed with Lexi the Mastiff. They're a couple. So Calvin sits on her with his butt and his hind legs on her and his front paws on the ground. So he's up like this, and he stands guard, and he watches. If she goes out, leaves, goes to the vet, is in another room, he can't get to her, he cries and cries nonstop until she shows back up. Could be 5 minutes, could be a day, could be a week. If he's not with her, oh Lord, help you. I don't know what's going to happen when something happens to her, because he's much younger. He's like 6 years old maybe, and they live to be 20. So that's going to be tough. Then we have my son's dog that we ended up keeping because it was his and he loved her to death, and it's something we can have of his every day. She's awesome, but she sheds like crazy. She's half pit bull, half Great Pyrenees. So you can imagine that one, right? Then we've got my hunting dog and my family dog that the kids grew up with. We've always had Weimaraners. He's our third or fourth. His name is Blitz. And Blitz you got a valve in your throat, 2 sides that opens and closes when you breathe or to let food down or not let food down. And he had something called shaky puppy syndrome when they're little. The sheaths over the nerves don't grow in all the way by the time they're born. So that when they're born, they vibrate from head to toe, but the sheath finally grows over and they're fine. He was part of a study at UW-Madison, has the best vet school in the country. He went back there. The breeder I got him from would come pick him up 3 more times, I think, between his first year. She'd take him up there for a few days, bring him back. That was part of the contract. He's been fine all these years. All of a sudden, I notice he's deaf. I forget how we found out, but he couldn't hear. So hard to hunt a dog that's deaf because they listen for movement in the grass. I thought, oh, that's weird. Maybe you got they blamed it on the heartworm medicine. Anyhow, it goes deaf. Then all of a sudden, he'll be standing there and his hind legs start to droop like he's about to squat or sit, but he doesn't. He goes about halfway and stays there. He's his hind legs. There's a nerve problem, and they just sink. They're getting weak from it. So then all of a sudden, his bark starts to change. He can't bark, and he had a tremendous bark. Those big chests on those hind dogs. He was louder than the Mastiff, and man, he'd scare the hell out of you. But all of a sudden, he's barking like, "Ruh, ruh," like barely. Like I'm like, what's wrong? I gotta, you know, don't check the mailbox, don't check the female box, whatever it is you check. I thought, what happened to my dog? And we thought, well, whatever. Well, then his breathing, he started sounding like Darth Vader. We took him in. It's a paralyzed larynx or something. It has to do with the nerves, and it's all combined. So this one disease caused all of this. And they said, we'll get him into surgery. Only one place had to take him to UW to get the surgery. $6,000, right? $6,000 for the surgery. I love my dogs. I am not spending $6,000. I'm just not. I'm sorry. So plus they couldn't do it till April. We scheduled the thing. My wife probably would have ended up paying it, but he got so bad so quickly. She found a thing on Facebook, a page. Sorry, I'm going into this. I'll get through it quick. She found a page dedicated to paralyzed larynx, whatever the hell this thing's called, and the surgery they do to fix it. She also found a doctor in the Twin Cities. It got so bad, I said, you got to go. So she got the appointment. She drove up there with my daughter. They do a tie-back surgery. They stitch one of those flaps. They stitch it open, and the other one, even though it's paralyzed, they leave it alone. So he could breathe now. There is a chance he could inhale some food and get pneumonia. You got to watch for that. But so they take him. He comes back. He's got a lot of mucus and blood from the innovation and all the other stuff. We're not thinking much about it. Seems to be getting better. All of a sudden, it gets tremendously worse. And the breathing's getting weird again. Now it's not just watery blood. It's blood everywhere. It's coming out of his nose, this, that. Take him to our local vet. They do a scan and say, we're very sorry, but he has cancer. And they had seen him 3 days before that as a follow-up to the vet up there in Minnesota. And they had scoped him then and everything. In 3 days, they said this cancer is so fast-moving that it's tripled its size in 3 days. It's in his nasal passages and all. His head above his eye is swollen up like this, like a good amount. He can't breathe in his sinuses. He's having a real hard time. They said they give him a month maybe. So they asked if we want quality of life or quantity. We said quality, so no chemo, none of that. He's home. He gets to go to McDonald's twice a day, and he decides if he wants a quarter pounder with cheese, or if he wants a Big Mac, or if he wants chicken nuggets or French fries, or all of the above. He gets bags and bags of treats. He gets to go out and play and toys, and anything he wants, he gets right now. He's just a cool dog. He's my wife's favorite. She's had Weimaraner since a little girl. We've had, like I said, 3 or 4. It's my daughter's favorite dog, both of them. He's sweet. And it's a shame. And my wife's going through this on top of losing my son now. I prayed that this wouldn't happen because I didn't want to see it happen to her. I just don't know how much more she can take of this. Like I said, she's strong, but man, oh man, I'm kind of keeping it low. So I don't think she's listening, but it just sucks. I can't believe any other dog, while it would have been bad, this one in particular, it sleeps with her right next to her every night, always has. Yeah. So unless there's they threw some more antibiotics at it, thinking, well, maybe it is just something else as a Hail Mary, they said, but I doubt it. And I've had guys tell me about some ivermectin and some other thing, these miracle cancer things. That's all bullshit, I think. But anyhow, throw him a prayer, but throw my wife a prayer if you would. It's tough. She's God. I think she's cried every day for 8, 9, 10 months now over something. It just sucks. Anyhow, enough of that. All right, so we are at the super chats. Dixie 11999. Thank you very much. And they want to see Mrs. Rock. We'll get her on here. Let's see. Joe says the whole mess is insane over there. I think we as people probably get along with Vlad better than we do Uncle Naughty. Yeah, I think so too. Like I told you guys last week, I don't get it. Why would any military with any brains line all their equipment up in a 33-mile long line when a country with 2 airplanes can swoop in and take out half your stuff or all of it and or block the road in? They talk about supply issues, resupply for the Russians. What resupply line? You're at your border. Half of it's in your country, half of it's out. There's no problem there. Why are they using antiquated weapons instead of what they should be? There's so many why stuff that doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you right now, it's all for show. I'm not saying people aren't dying. I'm not saying that because these people don't give a crap about life means nothing to them anyway. But this is nothing more than a smokescreen. Joe Biden did put out a presidential order for all alphabet soup agencies and all the other ones to get their crap together and get together to put policy together for digital currency. It's coming, guys. It's coming. FedCoin, it's coming. Check it out. Get it. It's coming. It's going to be a reset. I'm not saying the world comes to an end, but for those of you that don't believe it's not going to happen, it is. Your money's going to be worth a lot less. The middle class is going to lose a ton of money in this, and redistribution of wealth. Your retirement accounts, get ready. Don't plan on retiring. Not happening. People are going to get killed. Not killed, but killed monetarily. These are monetary weapons of mass destruction. And I don't know what to do. I'm fairly intelligent when it comes to this. Don't know where to put my money, what's safe, what's not. I wish one of you guys that I could trust was a financial planner and said, Chris, this is what I think is coming, and this is where you'll be safe, or at least diversify into this. I don't know what to do. I just feel like I've worked all my life, and now right when I'm about ready in the next 5-6 years, I'm going to lose everything or half or 80%, and I'm going to be screwed, and everything I planned and looked forward to is going to be shot. And I'm not going to be the only one, I guarantee you. I just wish I had some way of protecting it. I don't know. Do I buy some Bitcoin? Do you buy 10% of what you got put away? Do I yank it all and go buy some property, investment property, real? I do think that owning something real, land, gold, silver, although I think gold and silver is a risky thing too. They wouldn't be pushing here. When you see commercials, buy gold, buy silver, buy gold, buy silver. Yeah, you probably don't want to buy gold and silver. I think you should have some of it. I do a little bit at least. But that scares me too. They can order it all be turned in at any time. They set the price on it. Inflation's going through the roof, and gold and silver hasn't moved worth squat. Nothing. How does that happen? Doesn't happen. Another thing, that doesn't happen. When inflation ramps up, gold and silver go through the roof. It's not happening. They hold the price there. China, Russia right now is buying just ginormous amounts of gold, and they put a restriction on that no one can buy it from them. Why is Russia buying such massive amounts of gold? They say China's buying so much, and they even think that the real amount that China's bought is not even on the books. They're not showing it because that would probably change the market. I don't know. But none of that makes sense. Nothing makes sense, and I can't figure it out. I rack my brain. I don't sleep because I worry about it. I wish I knew somebody that would say, here, Chris, I'm much more intelligent, and this is what's going to happen. This is 90% how it's going to go down, and here's what you should do to at least protect 80% of it or something. I don't know. I pray for that every day, and I don't know. Sucks. Ellen Bishop, super chat, $6. Here you go. Buy a few Powerball tickets. Oh God, no, I don't do that. It goes back into the channel, like I said. Thank you so much. Um, every little bit, no matter how small, um, counts and helps. And I love you guys for it. Tommy Gunn started that Russian propaganda, and the stream messed up again. Really? Where was the arsenal ammo ordered from? Watch TV reporter talk about a massive arms cache in Ukraine. It's in an old salt mine. Why is everything over there always in salt mines? You know, all the Da Vinci's and all the great artwork was hidden there, all the gold, all of this, all of that, always in salt mines. Yes, that red one is it. What red one? Use it. Oh, the sight tool. Yep. Hattori Hanzo Atlantic Firearms has arsenal ammo cheaper than rest of vendors, anyways. I'm trying to get through these. We get AK-50 is awesome idea. It certainly is. Sick dog is no fun. Rock ours went a few years ago during the Rona. Yeah, it does suck. I ended up having to do the job myself. I'm not going to do it. We're going to have, and at first I'm like, really? What the hell is this? More money? We're going to have an in-home euthanasia come and do it here. She doesn't want to have to take him when he's getting really sick. Plus, he's a solid 80, 90 pounds. Big dog. And what if I'm not home, this and that? It'll just be better. She can call a number. They're there in 20 minutes and whatever. Done. Joe, I'm not a financial guy. I don't have answers. Water, food, meds, bullets. I don't think it comes to that, Joe. I really don't. I think there may be time periods where you need a little to get you through a week or two, but and I do think you're going to see a massive recession be either way because of this. People have said they were going to outlaw Bitcoin at first. Now they're not because it's in people's IRAs investments, and that would be too big a crunch. So they're going to basically treat it as a commodity so it can be, so they can regulate it and keep the investor safe. Okay, yeah. So that, you know, oh, it's free from the government ties, free from tax, free from them being able to moderate it. Not true whatsoever. Never has been. Matter of fact, I'm sure it was their test product. What do you think of that one? Militant Roots, thank you so much for the super chat. Big Mac meal for your dog or a quarter pounder with cheese if that's what he wants. Prayers. It seems like you said that before I said it, and that was the first thing I said. Get him over to McDonald's, and then get him some pup cups if you guys know what that is. So he's eating everything. I'm going to get him a big steak or a fillet or something, cook that up. He's that good a boy. I hunted pheasants with him, with my son. It's just going to suck. I hate it. And while he may not have been my favorite dog and he did things that really annoyed me, I still loved him. And yeah, it's because salt keeps moisture. I know about that part, but I just find it funny. Every what's the movie with National Secret or something like that? Everything seems to end up in a salt mine somewhere, whether it's Indiana Jones or whatever. I don't know. We didn't have any say in the money thing, Rock. He made it quick and painless. In-home idea, you guys the best one. Good. Beans, Bullets, Bible. Yeah. Here, Ellen. I might be a little extreme. Okay, so we got through everything there. I want to thank everybody for their super chats. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about what we shot, because that's what you're here for, AKs. So my cousin came out. He got bit by the gun bug back before Christmas, and he lives in Iowa, so Wisconsin hits the tip right there. So we are equidistant from where I film all the videos, so it's kind of cool. We can be there together. Anyways, he comes out on a Saturday night, and we hang out. We have a few beers and a bonfire or whatever, and tune everything up, and we go shooting the next day. So I built that Thunder Ranch gun, which I love, absolutely love. And he had bought a SIG AR, kind of a long distance setup. I think it's called the 400 or 440, kind of a pukey green color. I'm not saying it because it's ugly. I think it's kind of cool, with kind of a rifle stock and more of a hunting scope. But he set it up. He took it from kind of a coyote gun to a little more tactical, like a DMR. Loved that, but he wanted a carbine. So he managed to pack away all the parts for a Thunder Ranch. And when he had them all, he said, I'm coming out and I'm using your garage to put this thing together. So he came out, he brought his own fixtures and stuff, his own blocks. He brought the tool for the getting the detents in and everything. The only thing he had to use of mine was a torque wrench. So he put that whole thing together. It's a twin of mine, basically without the EOTechs. He went with a Holosun. Imagine this. And he didn't even get it from my videos or anything. I can't believe it. I can't believe he didn't. I don't think he watches any of them. I think he just tells me he does. But he got a 510C, actually a green dot one. And I said, he goes, yeah, I got this Holosun. You said Holosun were good. So I just started looking. I'm like, really? That means he hasn't watched any videos, because I think I mentioned every video. That is the most versatile, all-around, close combat optic there is, period. And the first thing right out of his mouth before I said anything, he says, I just love the huge glass, and I love the, there's such peripheral vision and everything. I said, yeah, I've been talking about it just a little bit, Scott. Why don't you check out my things? So he put that on there. What else is different? Well, a different brand bolt carrier, but other than that, same gun, no folder. And we took that and mine to the range, and I've shot mine some, but not a ton. And we dialed in our red dots, and I dialed in my red dot and my magnifier. And with just his red dot at 100 yards, he had some MOA groups. Mine was shooting MOA thereabouts. Wonderful. Just running so good. I can't even believe it. Such nice guns, and they're so light. That 14.5-inch barrel with the welded and pinned. If you don't have one, build one, guys. It makes all the difference in the world. He's loving it, absolutely loving it. I'm liking mine, so we shot the heck out of those. And he said that morning, he said, I want to shoot some AKs. So I said, well, what do you want to shoot? And he's between a couple, and I said, I just leave it to me. So one of my favorite AKs, it's just grown on me more and more. I've always liked the SLR 107 FRs, right? My Krebs gun is one of those. I managed to get one maybe a year ago that came out from Arsenal with the triangle stock. I put on the MTI billet lower handguard and a Kyber Customs cheese grater and a different grip. It's super light. No optic on it, although I'm going to put a red dot on it, just something as light as I can. And I just love that thing. It's so fast, so light, and we were pounding it out. I mean, we put, I don't know, 300-400 rounds through that. I also shot the Galil some more, and those sights you saw I put on it, I bought them because I thought they looked a little Galil version 1. But they're essentially AR sights. They're not working so well. The distance between them and it being a pistol, being a peep sight, is just not working out. I got to figure something else out on that gun. It's smooth as glass, uh, but I didn't like the feel of the gun for some reason on Sunday. I don't know why. Maybe because we had been shooting ARs first, but I loved that gun when I was first shooting it, and I still do. It's smooth as heck. It just threw me for a loop, and I think it was those sights. But we shot that, and that was a ton of fun. But that uh, SLR 107, man, that's such a good stamped gun. I love it. So that thing, iron sights, we were just wrapping off on steel as fast as we could go, just having a really good time with it. Shot some decent groups. It was good to just, and I brought no cameras, no nothing. And we just got out and shot and had a good old time. And we also shot the X95, which, if you haven't noticed, I've told you it's been out on every range trip for the last 3 or 4. And I really, really, really like that rifle. I really like it. So we shot that, but we put at least 600 rounds through the ARs, at least, all told, probably 1,000 all combined, maybe more. And just had a good old time. We shot from like 10 in the morning till 5 in the evening, and had a great time. And yeah, so this week, tomorrow is going to be an AK day and the MP5 day. And we're going to film tomorrow, so you'll have some AK videos coming. I think it's about time I broke out either the Vepers or the RPKs. Not sure which, but that's what I want to do. So that's what we're going to do. And I got to come up with a couple more scope mounts and at least one more variable optic for the AKs. I want another scope to set one up with, so we'll see. And I'd really like a 3-power, I think, on that SLR 107 with the triangle stock. Might go just a red dot on that, but I want a little magnification, I think. We'll see. Oh, other thing, and this is huge, guys, because I can pass it along to you. So, a lot of videos the last 6 months, 8 months, I've been complaining about my eyes not being able to see. Mrs. Rock gets me an appointment. I go. They check my eyes, and I'm 2015, basically, instead of 2020, 2015 in both eyes pretty much. Damn near approaching 2020, he says. I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, maybe, yeah, sure. Maybe shooting's made it better a bit. I could swear that's better than what it used to be. But distance was never my problem, really. Close-up's been getting so much worse. So front sights, sights in general being blurry, and being able to change focus and whatnot. So I bring it up to him. I said, the reason I bring it up, and I'm always hesitant to mention the doctors about shooting, right? So I bring it up to him. I said, I shoot a lot. It's my hobby, my love. I got to be able to do it, or, nothing else in life would be worth it. He says, oh, no problem. I trained an Olympic archer. I work with her. And a couple other shooters. He goes, matter of fact, if I had a place to do it, you could bring the rifles out by me, but I don't have a place. He said, but here, we can do some estimations, this and that. Bottom line is, he adjusted my dominant eye to be able to see the sights essentially really clear. And at distance, he did for the left eye. Now, when he says you're almost 2015, whatever, they show you the different things, and they keep making, is that clear or worse, better or worse, better or worse? When it got to better, he's like, okay, here's what your script's going to be. I'm like, oh, I can see pretty good. And then he flashes it over, and he says, here's how you're seeing now. And I go, oh my God, the difference was monstrous. So I'm really, really keeping my fingers crossed that this is going to help things. He asked me rifle or pistol. I told him rifle. He says, if this doesn't do it, we'll keep going at it. He's willing to work with me. If you guys find a good optometrist that's willing to work with you for shooting and shooting glasses and that kind of thing, God, find them or keep looking until you do find one. I lucked into this guy, and I couldn't be happier. So can't wait to get those. He prescribed them on polycarbonate for shooting. So I know you guys see I don't shoot with glasses a lot. And I hate when people come on, oh, just turned off your channel because you're not wearing glasses. What the hell do you care what I'm doing? You know, um, I get it. People say, well, something happens and it's a bad mark on the whole community. Well, I don't ever remember hearing news reports about man lost his eye shooting. Yeah, whatever. And let me tell you something. Most of those little shooting glasses these guys wear aren't stopping a heavy hit anyways. So whatever. Much more than a dust speck. It's not going to do much. But anyhow, the odds of that are minuscule. And it's me. I can make my own decisions. So it's always been better, more comfortable. I could not shoot with glasses. I just can't. I'm hoping these, and I haven't sent them to wear them because I can see much better with them. And I'm hoping it improves things, and we'll go from there. Got a lot of projects, things out of the way now, so we're going to bear down on the by 39 project some more. I don't know what's happened to Fred. If he bailed out, if he's been busy with work. I'm praying he didn't get sick or something. He had mentioned something about COVID a ways back, and I'm just praying he didn't. He's a super nice man. I did reread one of his comments, and I must not have read it all the way when he first sent it. I have a bad habit of doing that because I get so much. I kind of scan, and I think I know the direction someone's going to in a comment, and I jump ahead without reading it all. I had made mention, I told you guys last week or week before that I just didn't have enough material to be able to test these rounds because of my lack of expertise and knowledge. I used most of them up sighting the thing in, and I didn't have enough left to actually do the testing. And Fred had been nice enough to send me bullets and powder and all that. I think he took offense to it. I think he took offense like, oh, so what I'm sending you is not good enough, this and that. And that's not how I meant it. I think I said that at the time, but I think he did take it that way. I do. And I think he just went dark on me because of it. I hope if he's listening or something that he hears this and doesn't think that, because you guys know I was forever grateful to him for what he did. I mean, here's this guy I don't even know, and he's willing to, send me stuff, his money, his dime, his expertise and years of knowledge and all of this, and send it to me and to help him too, I guess. But man, I looked at it as helping me, and my channel, and just being able to get out and shoot these and develop something that could help everybody. But at the end of the day, my lack of expertise in precision shooting hurt me a lot. I switched rifles to put a scope on it, on a rifle that hadn't had one, and I got to sight it in with the ammo I'm shooting, right? Even times I try to get close, like if what I was loading from Fred was 123 grain, whatever, I tried to use just 123 grain steel case. I didn't want to have to sight in with off paper, and now it's 20, 30 rounds it in, and then nowhere to go with the testing. So that was just me and switching guns and scopes and optics and all that. And it wasn't that I didn't appreciate any of it. I truly appreciated it. The comment was merely that I couldn't do it because of my lack of expertise, not because of his generosity, or that somehow I expected more or his generosity wasn't enough. That was not at all the case. And I don't think any of you You all probably saw it like I did. But sometimes when you're on the other end of things, you can take a comment a certain way. Everybody's tight on money and businesses trying to keep them profitable and this and that. I get it. I get it. And something hits you at the wrong time, wrong moment when things are going the wrong way. I just hope he didn't take it that way. Um, and I hope he's healthy and everything's okay. I've tried texting a few times. I've tried calling and nothing. So I don't know. I'm worried. I don't think Fred's pretty down to earth guy. He's like it is. And I don't think he'd jump to a conclusion, at least without talking to me about it. Um, but who knows? I don't know. I just hope he's safe, healthy, and things are going good. I'm going to continue it. And again, it was never about money because uh, it was just about being able to get the stuff. I could not get powder was the big thing, and 7.62 bullets were not to be found. He enlightened me huge on these other bullets I could use and his bullets. That's the other thing. I can't get his cast bullets to fly right, and it's not the bullets. It's me not having the knowledge of loading cast rifle bullets. It's one thing to load cast pistol bullets. It's a whole nother to do that. He is getting great groups and everything, and I'm getting crap. So I don't know. I did get some good groups, but at much slower speeds, and I want to ramp that up. I found some powder. I found some bullets. I'm good to go now, and I want to continue this and help out. And hey, now because I was able to find this, now I can contribute my end, not just the shooting, but I can contribute in the component area, which I couldn't before. And you don't want to feel like somebody's doing everything and you're doing nothing. So anyhow, I hope we hear from Fred here soon and we can continue. Going to give him one more try, see what's going on. If not, I guess I'll continue on and certainly give credit where credit's due because he really pushed this. He wanted to know. He was so excited about it. He really excited, and he got a wasser and set it all up. And when you talk to him or his text, he would type books about it. Just, about, I want to do this, I want to do that. And, I did this and this shot great. And I got this scope for the wasser and the stock. And it's so into it. And when someone's got that kind of enthusiasm, it wears off on you. And part of it too was bad timing because at that time COVID had hit my household. Then COVID hit his household, and I was worn out with my other job, and it was a bad time. It sucked. But now it feels like things are much better, and I hope we can do something here. We'll see. I don't know. Keep an open mind, and we'll see what comes of it. That's all I can say. So that's where that stands. But I'm going to continue on and see what I can do with my knowledge and whatever, and we'll go from there. Let's see. What do you guys got questions about today? You guys got to have some stuff going on. All right. What kind of brace should I put on this MP5? I'm thinking the the personal defense stock with the two rods not stock brace, the two rods that go down the side and the thing in back. I like that. Or there's one made by Safety Harbor that uses the Gearhead Works stock or brace. I love that one too. So I don't know. I got one shot at this, and they're expensive. So I just blew a ton of money. So man, I'm done spending. Let me tell you, she'll kill me if anything more goes out. But yeah, let's see what you guys are saying here. If you're into crypto at all, look into XRP. It's the structure that global finance will be running on. It's about to be the only crypto vetted by the US government. Really? Really? So Bitcoin will fall by the wayside? Huh. And I did hear something that the US government I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. 512 Wholesome 512 is nice. AEMS would be nice on that HK. So you're saying a Wholesome 512 or an AEMS? I don't know what that is. I'll have to call it, that's for sure. Uh-oh, look at this. Stable for the first time. It's probably going to glitch here, guys. I will not restart if it does this time. We'll call it a night because we've been on a ways, but I want to keep going and get through a few more things. Anything the government doesn't want you to have is going to hold value, firearms, objects, value, currency, crypto, gold, stuff like that. But then it comes to who are you going to sell it to, who are you going to use it to, what are you going to use it to buy or barter for? It's not like you can go buy a house with it or something. I don't know. Good thing about 76239, it's not that hard on barrels, long life. Yeah. Anything to go. Okay, I see you got that. People jump in and out of the internet all the time. Rock life happens. We will help you get the project done. Yeah, and by the same token, maybe I just read him wrong. Maybe it wasn't what I thought. I hate to think that because to me, I think of myself as a good judge of character, and he seemed like a great guy, stand-up guy. I'm sure he is. I don't want to say anything because I don't think that, but you never know. I don't know. But we talked for hours and hours and hours. He was a great guy to talk to. I miss talking to him. Let's see. Congratulations, going over 6,000 subs. Yeah, we did. God, that was a haul. We were screaming along, and it just came to a halt because of things the platform did, right? I don't get it. I mean, I should have been killing it, and it just stopped dead. And I've seen that happen to other people have told me it's happened to them too. But thank you for that. Thank you guys. Keep sharing, keep telling people about it. Tommy, like when you block people. I don't block you. I don't block you at all. Yeah. It's like getting junk mail. You can't stop getting junk mail, right? You said B&T brace. There is no other choice. What? But the one I think you're talking about, it's ugly. I don't know if it's the one. They only make one brace. That would be easy. Then if I see it, I'll know what it is. And they're expensive, if I remember right, too. Nothing's cheap when it comes to this gun. I think they have a pistol brace on that SP5 that almost identical to the stock. Yeah, the extendable stock, it's just got the flat plate that hangs down, the HK stock. I like that. If they made something in a brace form like that, that'd be awesome. Holosun AEMS on HK. I will look it up, Tommy, and I'm going to check your email, and I'll get right back to you. Maybe put your phone number in the email. I'll call you or something, or text you. Don't forget optic rail for that HK, B&T on that also. But there are others. Yeah, there's a little spot it looks like on there where something, I hear they make ones that clamp on there, a rail. Funny, where my FFL I picked it up from, he's never had anything remotely like an HK. And I walk in there today and he's got a PTR on the wall, just like it, like $1,000 less. Had an M-lock handguard and had a rail on it. And he's like, "Here, what do you think of this?" Yeah, I was going to buy that in addition too. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, I think some of these gun shops, you walk in, you buy a few guns like it's nothing, and they think you're like rolling or something, you know. But I probably am a very much better customer than your average customer, that's for sure. I'm sure their eyes light up when I walk in every time. But hell, I'd like to buy as much as I could, but it's the telescopic brace go on their website. I will. Tommy, what do you think of the safety harbor with the uh, Gearhead Works? You're going to tell me you don't like it. I think it's really cool. I don't know, but I've got a hankering for Gearhead Works stuff. I really like it. Anyhow, it just feels a little unfinished having this thing without a brace right now. But with the Magpul, oh, it did not come with the bungee cord sling either, like the other ones do. And that's one thing I really wish it did come with, because those are super useful. I wonder if you can get those, because I'd like to have all the accessories for it. Right now, I'm running a regular Magpul sling that you can convert from a 2-point to a single point. Got it running in a single point fashion, and it actually works real well. Tighten it way up so it's hanging like right here. And when I come out with it, you can get some nice tension on it, and it'll be pretty accurate. So I am excited, and doing that slap is tons of fun. Really doing the slap. But I will say the Scorpion slap works better. Scorpion doesn't have the notch, doesn't go backwards to hold it better. Scorpion can slip off sometimes, but it's a much easier slap. Um, but this thing's cool. I love the charging knob on it. Just something cool about it. I love the big ring on the front sight and the tri-lug. It's just so classic. I'm really digging it. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. And it's getting warmer out at the range, getting nicer. We got the new targets coming. What do you guys think? More videos and slow down on the live stream, or keep the live stream going as is and just keep adding more videos? It's hard. You almost got to push one to do the other. I like this because I can talk to you guys directly, tell you what's going on directly. I don't need much preparation for it because of the way we've kind of slid the format into, going off the comments and talking with you and just having a few things we can hit on that lead to all this other conversation. So it's cool. I didn't get much backing for Mrs. Rock coming on. I got one from Dixie, and that was it. Come on, you guys need to cheer her on here and say, get on there and let's do some contests, Mrs. Rock, and get them shirts going too, right? That's another thing Fred was talking about. I know he had spent a ton of money on this laser engraving machine, and he was going to engrave a bunch of PMags with the Rockford Ordnance logo. And then it all went dark. But yeah, I hope he didn't take things wrong. I don't know. That's one thing I hate about text communication. I know the young people love it. I don't not like it. It's just sometimes you don't get inflection, doesn't come through. Inflection in your voice. Things can come across. If you're not a perfect communicator, you're thinking one thing in your head, saying part of it, not the rest, and you reread it and you go, oh shit, I see how someone could have taken that, just not good. So that's why I like conversations, because if someone does take it the wrong way, you go, wait, no, you're taking it wrong, here's what I meant. So hopefully that's not the case. I shouldn't worry myself as much, but when somebody's seems like a great person and great guy and helps you out and all this, and then it just stops, you're like, well, I hope it wasn't me. I'm always conscious about that. I never want to offend somebody, something like that. I don't know. Hey, I put in for Mrs. Rock to come on too. Okay, yeah, I'll show her. I just want it all in one place, real close together here, where I can read them. See, boom, 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 boom. I'm really excited for warm weather. Yeah, I am too. It's just going to be so nice to get out there without that cutting wind and get some real shooting in. We have first 3-gun match coming up pretty soon here. And the cool thing is the week before this first match, they're having a day, a full day, where new 3-gun shooters can come out, learn what it's all about, learn the rules, and actually practice on the different sets of fire, courses of fire, and feel comfortable then coming out the following week to actually compete. So I'm taking 1 or 2 guys that haven't done it before. Matter of fact, they're going to use some of our stuff, and we're going to show them what it's all about. And hey, I haven't shot a ton of it, so I'm going to go through it too and have a good time. And yeah, it should be fun. I love it. It's a ton of fun. Miguel, you can get people to look at more of your videos if at the end of your videos you make reference to other videos and then point at the link to other videos over your shoulder. I do put, there's always a subscription box there and another one of my videos that is, you can set it different ways. I can pick the video that shows up there, or I can put it uses the algorithm and chooses the best one for that viewer, but it always puts a video up. So people don't hang in. The average view time channel, and our average video is probably 35 minutes. So they don't watch shit worth of it, I don't know. Or they jump around. If I'm watching a video, unless it's absolutely horrendous, I watch the whole thing. I don't know. It's just what I do. But average is 7 minutes. So if you don't say what you got to say right at the beginning, they miss it. So maybe I should take the 5 seconds at the beginning and say, hey, please like, subscribe. Make sure you click the subscribe. Make sure you click the bell and hit the like button. I don't do that. I don't ask for it ever, hardly. Watch my videos. I don't ever ask for it, maybe till the very end. Once, maybe 30% of the time I do. But I don't know. Tommy, don't want to risk scratching up that German receiver with what? Oh, wait, I missed the C. I jumped past this first one. I have a terrible habit of doing that. Rockford, it's similar to HKs, and they both take the tail hook. As I recall, the safety harbor goes into the cutouts on the HK and has some flex from the reviews. B&T is outside the receiver. Don't want to risk scratching up that German receiver. I did read that some of them did scratch it up. And don't know if I'm all that worried about it. But I want to pick the best and the best looking. So I don't want to be sorry later. Joe, I never slip videos. I either watch the whole thing or I don't at all. Me too. I don't know why. It's an OCD thing, I guess. Have MS Rockford Ordnance have MS Rockford film some. Oh, Miss Rockford film some 3-gun. It's really popular and we'll get some views. I got a video on my first 3-gun competition. There's some video of it in there that my buddy Jake shot, and a lot of me talking about it. If you haven't seen it, go back, check it out. They wouldn't let you run or go fast at full bore. You basically had to walk, and it was that first time competing was all about safety, which I get it. But I'm not by any means a new shooter. So it was like, oh, geez, okay. I kind of jogged it, but yeah, they wouldn't let you go anywhere near full speed, which is fine. I get it. And it's hard. No matter how long you've been shooting, how long you've been doing everything, when that buzzer goes off, it all goes out the window. You're like, oh, I know a target is right there, and I'd forget it and not even shoot at it. It's just crazy. Plus, my gun I had an adjustable gas block. The day before I adjusted it, it was 80 degrees out. That morning, it was 22 degrees and snowing and ice. And the gun wouldn't cycle because of it. And both basically had a bolt action. And the first course of fire, I timed out. So the whole day was ruined. It blew it from there for me. Plus, I showed up planning to shoot my AKs, and they wouldn't allow it. I made the mistake of asking when it said you could use them, But then when I asked, they said, nope, they can't do it. We got new steel here, and those AKs are going to ruin our AR-500 steel. Why? Because it's got steel cased ammo, or steel jacketed, copper wash steel jacket. No, it doesn't ruin my 500 targets. And I wanted to ask them, and why don't you check mags here? How many of these guys are shooting green tip, But he said, nope, I don't know where you got that from. Can't shoot them. I said, right here on your website. And then I talked to the president. And he says, yeah, you can shoot them. So this year, maybe we will shoot some AKs in it, or at least try. So we'll see. Let's see. So I will try and film them for sure. You have to have a dedicated cameraman, though. I had all I could manage with loading the mags right for different courses of fire, because especially shotgun, so many buckshot, so many slugs, this, that, the other. It's tough. And I've got to get my belt ready to go and some holders for those big old mags. I had them stuffed in pockets. I couldn't have run if I wanted to. It was terrible. So I got to be ready to go this time. Joe, Tommy knows the one I was talking about. All right, I'll check him out this week. So sooner I got called away. I sure hope your dad is better now, too. For Joe, you mean? I have no idea, but bet your subs will grow faster with videos. I think so too. A lot of people jump in and we're talking about something totally different, something not guns, or something that you have to have been here for a while to understand what we're talking about. They jump in, they watch it for a couple of minutes, and they're gone. It's not like some live streams where they're scripted and guys are going through something. I don't do it that way. But I think that's why the people that are here like it, right? I hope at least. Let's see. Joe, no worries, Orion. I got them. Take to the bed. So that's Tommy, especially beginner 3-gun, as more people relate. Put gun model in the title so it comes up. Yeah, we'll do that. And I think I'll do some like planning for the 3-gun season for a beginner too. We'll start doing that. The channel is a grower, not a shower. Rock, I never competed in formal matches. I did as a kid, go to a few with my dad. Yeah, I shot IPSC and stuff like that with my dad, and I was a trap shooter. We shot so much trap, I didn't have time for anything else. Your reward will be great. Joe's, yes, it will. I said, Joe, guys got a special place for you, buddy. All right. I'm trying to think what else I missed. So yeah, we built that AR. We shot some AKs. The Tavor. We got the MP5. We talked about the glasses. If you're having a problem with your eyes, guys, get to your optometrist and see if they can do something for you. It's a big help. What else? Did I tell you about the tonneau cover for the pickup? Anybody, did I talk about that last week? I don't know if I did. Come out with short videos for the ADD folks. If I talked about the tonneau cover last week, let me know here. Otherwise, I'll tell you about it. I'll start to tell you if you guys chime in and say, no, you told us about it, I'll stop. But it's related to guns, the tonneau cover. So when I was driving my Benz, you have no idea about equipment. The back seat, the trunk could be filled, all this. I could never keep anything in it organized where I could leave stuff in it for the range. Heavy steel targets, all that. You don't want them sliding around on your leather or whatever. So when I got the new pickup, I had a rhino liner put in it, spray in, and then I got a tonneau called a Retrax. and it's essentially a roll-up cover. It's all aluminum slats, powder coated, and it rolls into a can up at the front of the bed, with the flick of a finger, and it can lock, and it will hold 500 pounds. I got on top of the thing. I'm jumping up and down as hard as I can. I'm 230, 235, and it's like a vault when you lock it. And then the tailgate's locked. They can't get in it. Um, I'm getting a bed rug on top of the bed liner because it's a little slick. Ammo can't slide around. And or I'm going to put the big pull-out drawers in so we can organize and everything can stay in there. It's super dry. Um, if it gets a tiniest bit of water, even in a car wash with the hurricane blowers and everything, and it came with special seals for it and everything. It's great. It's phenomenal. But it's secure. It's awesome. And now that we got that, we can be more organized and everything in it. And if you want to check out these Retrax covers, they're incredible. They're a lot of money. So one joint retail price installed, and I got to figure the installation portion was probably about $500. They wanted $2,600 for this tonneau cover. So I thought, well, being in the business I'm in, we could stock these things and sell them. So I emailed them and said, hey, I'd like to carry your product. They called me back and they said, well, you should have such and such a distributor. That's who we distribute from. And sure enough, we already had an account. So my parts guy calls them up, and what they quoted me $2,600 for installed, I ended up getting upgraded twice. So I got one where you can put racks on it and other stuff too that I really wasn't going to get. But I got that for $1,600, and it took me a half hour to install it. Super easy. It's gorgeous. It works magnificent. Sealed bearings, um, strong, lockable, magnificent. Still a lot of money, $1,600, but lifetime warranty. You can transfer vehicles. Hell, if you're going to sell your truck, you could pull it off, sell that separate. Guarantee you get $1,000 out of it at least. Super nice, secure. That's what I wanted. And it's going to help out tremendously. It's all these little things adding up to make life and the channel and shooting and filming just a little bit easier so you get more done. Because it's so time consuming. It's crazy. Anyhow, if you are ever looking for one and have that kind of budget, Retrax, out friggin' standing. Really, really cool. So don't forget. Oh, knife of the week. You guys want a knife of the week? All right. Perfect time for me to take a 30-second break here. Give me the 30 seconds and I will get you your knife of the week. Hold on one second. God, my fault. I shut the mic off when I walked over there. I'm an idiot. Now I got to start all over. Jesus. Okay, so I may have shown one of these before, but I don't think this one. So if any of you are into black powder or um, have gone to maybe a Mountain Man Rendezvous, something like that, you will have seen this style of knife. And they're very utilitarian, and they call them patch knives for a reason. Mountain men used to wear them around their necks on a lanyard or a piece of rawhide or something. They were fixed knife blades, but small, 3 inches, 4 inches maybe. And they'd hang in a sheath around their neck. And the name describes it. They were used for cutting patches for their rifles, for their ball, to put in the barrel, and wads, whatever you want to call it. And they'd cut them out of mattress ticking or whatever piece of cloth they had. And they'd use them for other utilitarian stuff, but mostly that. So when I got into black powder shooting, my father-in-law gave me one, and most were leather, maybe had some beaded Indian artwork on it or something. So I'd wear it inside my t-shirt or something. But they were so useful because they're always there. They hang out of the way, or it's a good place to conceal one, as a last ditch sort of thing. Well, they make modern versions too, and I've got a couple, and this is one of them. It's made by, I call them Cricket, but it's something River Knife and Tool. I forget what the first one is. CRKTs, and that stands for Cedar River Knife and Tool or something like that. Anyhow, this can be worn on the belt or with the lanyard it comes with, and hang it around your neck. It's got a modern Kydex holder. You can see you can wear it on the belt this way, but it's a small knife with really nice grippy, very grippy handle, straight blade for you can saw, cut, get your finger on it, super sharp, perfect for cutting patches. It's got a little tail here where they've braided the cord on it, but you can unravel that into another one if you wanted, another tether. But super nice. These are super high quality knives, guys, for not a lot of money. They're starting to creep up. Columbia River Knife and Tool, yes. That's what they are. And I've got a few of these knives, and they're just phenomenal. Matter of fact, I'll switch it up here because I think I may have another one of them, Columbia River, right here. Give me a second. I'll see if I can pull one out real quick here. I thought I had another one here. There we go. Let's see if this is it. Is this a Cricket? No, but this is a good one. I'll show you this week too. Anyways, I've got a couple of them, and they're super nice, and I just love it. It's handy. It's not going anywhere. I can put it down inside my shirt, and nobody knows it's there. Whatever. And you're looking for a knife, and you don't have to dig in your pockets. It's right there, and they work awesome. So that's a cool knife. I have another Columbia River Knife and Tool that's very similar to what I'm about to show you here, but this is a Kershaw. Again, not a ton of money. It's kind of an entry to mid-level knife in their line. It's spring assisted slightly. So here it is folded. And what attracted me to it, I don't have good light here like I do in the other room. What attracted me to it was the shape of the handle and the blade when it's open. But it's I like how it tapers here, pocket clip here. So it's perfect in your pocket. And you can switch the pocket clip if you want down to these holes here. But I like it like this because as you draw it out of your pocket, it's ready to go and it's in the right position in your hand. So it's got a little nub. Let's see if I can do this where you can see it. It's got a little nub right here. See that sticking out? And you just grab that and flip it, and it's open. So it's not like the spring does it. As you can see, when I fold, watch, I'm against the spring. If I go too far, it'll fold in, but right about here, it'll open. So there's just a little bit of enough spring there that between the flick down of your finger that moves the blade, but the spring too, it's fast, it's open. And look at the shape of this thing. It's like a shark. And these serrations under here on the grip really give you a nice grip. There's a nice guard built in there. There's serrations here for your thumb. The blade is nitrided or cerakoted except for the edge they've put on it. And it's like a shark. I mean, it's really, got to put it against something where you can see it. There you go. Just a nice shape to it. And just a good everyday knife. I want to say under 50 bucks. And I carry this knife a lot. This is one of my everyday carries. I just like it. Super nice. Almost looks like a patch knife in shape. But just a nice tactical style folder, I guess you'd call it. And in typical Kershaw fashion, nice and sharp. I know we went over this knife before, but it wasn't featured by itself. And I'll show it quick because we're showing multiple here. But it's a K-bar normal fighting knife pattern, except it's the big grandpa. Leather stacked handle, which I love. Full tang all the way through the pommel. And wow, this one's, oh, it is pinned. There's the pin. Serrations here. Your usual typical guard, but much bigger than the standard fighting knife. So I got the small one, the normal size, and then the granddaddy. The only thing I don't like about it in the steel, it's a little thin, but weight, they didn't want it to be too heavy. It's certainly strong enough. It doesn't bend, doesn't anything like that, doesn't really flex or anything. But it's your K-bar knife in the giant size. And still made in the USA, only in New York, USA, the whole deal. And how do you go wrong? Leather stacked handles are awesome, although they do get slippery as hell when they get bloody or wet. But I love K-bar, and this big one is cool. I'm pretty sure I showed you this one, but it was in with 4 other K-bars, and this big one is cool. They hadn't had this all that long. When they came out with this a few years ago, they hadn't done a big one like this, and they finally did. So really, really cool knife, and typical nice stiff sheath. Look at the layers of leather in there. High quality as usual, and beauteous, right? You can snap it down with the brass snaps, and there it is. There's a reason I showed it with the other ones to kind of give you the size comparison, but you can see how big this thing is. I mean, I'm right in front of it here. It's damn near shoulder width, right? Really nice. Now, here's an everyday carry. First of all, when it comes to pocket knives, if you're at all into them, and what they call them. Well, there's a pattern called a trapper. It's usually 2 blade. One is a pointed drop tip, and the other will be kind of a utilitarian rounded or angled tip. And when it comes to regular old pocket knives, there's nothing I like better than Case. Case makes fabulous stuff. They've gone way up in price. But I forget how many operations there are in making a Case knife. If you go on their website, they'll tell you. But they just make such a nice product, and there's so many choices. You can get any handle you want. If you're buying one as a gift for someone, you can always find something they'd like or is unique to them. I like white. I've had white Harleys, white cars, white Corvette, white this, white that. I love white. And it's not too often you see a knife with white handles. And this is, I can't remember what Case calls it. It'll come to me, but it's a set Delron or Delrin or something. It's like a nylon-y plastic. And the original color they made this in was that yellow, but they came out with one in white. And it's got the red Case logo, nickel-plated bolsters that are just smooth as glass. Little tip, when I'm carrying knives like this, I look at knives like this, any knife really, as my father-in-law put it best. It's jewelry for men. Isn't that great? Don't you love that? Jewelry for men. That's what it is. We just like this stuff, and it's for different one for every occasion. Got to match your shoes, whatever you want to do. Gives you an excuse. Anyways, this knife looked so good in the case. My mom knows we like them. I was looking at it. She goes, "Oh, which one are you looking at?" So I thought that white one was kind of cool, and we're gonna Ace Hardware or something. And not thinking nothing of it, I walked by, and like the next day I was leaving town or something, and she bought it for me for a gift. But I love the white Delrin. The nickel-plated bolsters are just glass. But little tip, when I carry a pocket knife of anything decent, or especially with polished bolsters like this, I put it in my pocket, and it's alone in my pocket. There's no coins in there with it, nothing. I don't want these to get scratched up, and the pocket polishes it, right? So a trapper it's very utilitarian knife. You've got one nice drop type point. Look at a blade. Look at a polish on. Look at that. You're seeing my reflection from my computer in there. That's amazing. Brass pins, brass bolsters inside. Super high polish on the blades, except for my fingerprints. And nice fingernail groove. And then your second blade, a trapper's always got two blades. And they call it a trapper because when a trapper carried this, he had one for either skinning or maybe poking a hole through by the tendon in the back leg to string whatever he had trapped up on a line. And then he had one for cutting the bait for certain traps and stuff like that. And those were the two different blades. You could keep the one sharp for skinning and the other one for the utilitarian stuff, right? And you can see that, what I call a triangular point. I'm sure there's a better name for it, and I'm sure super knife guys can tell you better than I can. But to me, that's a really useful knife. I can keep this one sharp for jobs that I need that for, and this one for more utilitarian cutting, or this tip is great for cleaning fingernails, etc. And they make them in all different sizes. This is what I would call your standard size. It's got some heft to it. These knives are expensive. I think cases, it's hard to touch any size case now for under 40, 50 bucks. And a lot are 80, 90, 100. There's a lot of craftsmanship and handwork that goes into each one of these, and everything's tight. There's no jiggling, wiggling. Scales aren't popping off. Everything's high polished. You can get every finish, bone, this, that, anything under the sun. And I just thought, you don't see too many white pocket knives, and this thing is so cool. I just love it. This one shows up good, huh, guys? Anyhow, I love this thing. Love it, love it, love it. And that's what we got for knife of the week. So what do you like best out of all these? The patch knife, the Kershaw, the K-bar, or the case? I really should be doing one a week here, but I like showing you. It's hard to show one knife, isn't it? Let me get this patch knife out of here. So this patch knife's pretty cool too. And I love the handle material and the little squares carved in it for grip and a unique blade shape. I really like that blade shape. Almost looks like it should be on a charcuterie board cutting cheese, huh? Anyhow, I think when it comes to craftsmanship and beauty, for sure this, right? All of these got their point. These two, let's say we keep these in one thing together. Which one would I choose as the nicer knife? If I had to drop one down a sewer and was able to keep one and had my pick, I would pick this one. I just like this knife a lot. Just interesting finger grooves, super easy to keep control of it because grooves, nice spot for my thumb here. I can really work with this knife. And I like that, if I'm cutting, having that flat edge or scraping, just really, really unusual but useful blade design. And I can carry it on my belt or around my neck. And it's just cool. So between these two, I'd probably keep this just because it's unique. But I carry this almost every day. Super nice Kershaw. What do you guys like better? Or the big honkin'? Boy, it's hard to put these down too. And that leather and God, it smells so good. And that's just a cool knife, no matter how you cut it. But more of a camp knife or display knife, something. That's a lot of knife to carry around these days, Let's jump back to the comments here real quick, and then we will call it a night. Let's see. I am ear blind. I'm sorry I left that off, guys. That sucked. Oh, I forgot the Hawaiian shirt. Next week, I'll wear the Hawaiian shirt next week. Rockford, don't forget knife of the week. Got that. Mentioned you'd get one, and I think again say, yeah, didn't even see where Illinois is going to mandate serial numbers on all 80% receivers. I'm sure that's going to be a ripoff. I'm betting Illinois doesn't have to worry about any of it because the Fed's going to do it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. That's just a leak to happen. Silencio, boy, oh boy. Buffering again and lost audio. Yeah, Illinois, best thing I ever did was get the hell out of there. Dixie Living Columbia knife and tool. I think they're saying they like that the best. That is about the right size for something to have on you always. Yeah, I like those both. Kershaw is a great value. Been carrying them for a while. I have some original Kershaws when, he was a one-man show knife maker way back with some beautiful elk bone and everything. And while they're not as handmade looking and one-off, they still build a nice quality knife. But no question, they've gone more commercial. Joe, let's see, something sleek, straight razor. So straight razors, guys, if you like straight razors or find them, forget about just shaving. But let's say you want one for shaving or you want one as a personal protection and some that are kind of modified a little bit for that purpose. Check out, oh God, the Knife Works. Damn. See, I'm telling you, it's the lead, guys. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Check them out online. And there's Marbles is one of the manufacturers and a bunch of others, but they all make straight razor designs that are quick to flip open and deadly and useful too. So check them out if you like to carry them, or maybe you want to collect them. Dixie, long as you had your fun and someone else treasures it after you did well. Yeah. Taking out a century with this. Dixie said, yeah. I had a trapper type shade years ago, was wiring a trailer plug and left it on the frame and drove off. Ah, that sucks. Beloit trapping and Beloit tapping in here? What? I don't get that. Beloit tapping in here? I don't know. Anyhow, guys, that's what I got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. If you didn't see our video on the Marcolmar Spanish set me, go back and check it out. I got a couple of videos on it, but we did that revisiting video. That's what set off my search for this MP5. They're roller lockers, right? The way I find it very cool how they lock up. And that was the predecessor to the AK or to the HKs. Just very, very cool. So it's going to be fun to get out and shoot this. Going to get as many videos done as I can. I'd love to get 2 out this week. We'll see. Maybe 3. Who knows? Maybe I'll go nuts and do them. But just want to bring you guys as much as we can. Rock, any experience with drums, Romanian? Yes, I have. Well, there are Romanian drums, and then there are kind of Romanian drums. And I could show you guys next week. I could bring them on the live stream here and show you guys. But essentially, original Romanian drum mags are top loaders, meaning you load them from the top. There's no winding mechanism. When you load them from the top, they build pressure, and they're always under pressure. Some say don't store them loaded, that the springs aren't all that great. But the top loaders also, when they go into the mag well, if the gun's sitting straight, they drop out of the mag well, and the drum portion angles forward. That's how you can tell a top loader when it's in the gun, amongst other things, but they're angled. They make drum covers for them. Don't make the mistake thinking that the covers for those original top loaders will fit the back loaders, the modern back loaders. They won't. They're too small. The modern version I'm talking about is kind of a Romanian drum. And some guys are going to say, well, it says Romanian right on it. Yeah, it does, but it's not Romanian. They are backloaders. So there's 3 clips, and the back of the drum opens up. You load your bullets, and you close it, put the clips back on, and then to tension the spring, you have to wind it. And they come with instructions of how many times to wind. You don't want to overwind. The nice thing about that is you can load them and not wind them and store them that way, ready to go without the spring being tensioned. When you're ready to use them, 6 winds, 5 winds or so, and you're all good to go. And you didn't ruin your spring or whatever, and it's going to be reliable. That being said, on the crank, it says made in Romania. It's printed on there or laser cut on there, one of the two. Funny, because never before did anyone put their name on the country's name on it. Maybe the maker, like Tula or some, would stamp their name on magazines, but you don't see any drums. You'll see maker's marks and things that came from this factory or that factory, but you don't see a country of origin put on them. China did some on stick mags, 40 rounders, 30 rounders, but drums, no. And you got to ask yourself why. Well, here's what happened. When the China ban happened and you couldn't bring rifles in and all the other stuff, um, they had a bunch of mags, and there was one business or importer that wanted to bring all these drum mags in. He saw a market for it, but these drums were produced in China. So they had China label them on the winding mechanism, made in Romania. I think they actually shipped them from China to Romania and then Romania into the States, but somehow the U.S. caught on and banned them, and I think a couple of people went to jail over that. But of course now they're brought in, and Century is the last one is still importing them, I believe. They do work well. I've never had a problem with them. I've used them on all kinds of AKs. I had one early on for my RPK, but they just don't look right on the RPK. They look cheaper, they look too modern, and they're bigger than the original top load Romanian drums that slant forward. Plus, the reason the slant is there is so when you set the gun on the bipod, they don't pogo from. With the backloader, and it's on the tripod, the bipod, you set it down, it'll pogo on that drum. And the original top loaders with the angle won't. So that's kind of cool too. If you can find them, get your hands on the original top loaders. They have been kind of stuck around $200 to $230 maybe is where I've seen them. I haven't checked in the last 3 or 4 months, but that's where they were even when all this crap was going on. They're out there. You may think, oh, I can't find them. I don't see them anywhere. No one's got them. I got to look on Gunbroker or gun shows or whatever. But that's not the case. There's at least one provider out there that has a pretty consistent supply of them. Unfortunately, I can't say that kind of stuff on here. But if you email me or something like that, I'd be happy to answer it. I haven't checked in a while if they've had them, but when I bought mine, I remember thinking, oh man, I better grab these now. They're not going to have them. And here we are 4 years later, 5 years later, and they still have some. Yeah, they're cool. Everybody's got to have at least one, or you have to have at least 1 or 2 if you have an RPK, so you can display it with that and shoot it with that. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, thanks for the question. Appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of people got some information out of that one. So cool. Let's see. Just ordered the real deal. Would love a review. Yeah, I can do a review on them. We can do a video and I can bring it on the live stream too. Don't shoot it until you get a brace. Why? I gotta shoot it. I can't wait for a brace. Brace might be another couple of weeks. I don't know. Ever go shoot at McMiller, the range in Eagle? I'm by East Troy, McWanago all the time. Matter of fact, me and my wife, up until a month or 2 ago, we're looking for a house in McWanago. And some property. That's where I wanted to move to. I know that area well. Grew up down there, had a summer home there on a lake nearby there, way back when I was a kid. So always liked that area, like McWanago a lot. Real close to the city, but out in the country yet. But I've never been to that range there. I did. I was researching it when we were thinking about moving there because I wanted a range close by. I can't remember if I heard good things or bad things about it, but yeah, I know where it's at. Never been there. Orient Jack. I've been to McMiller. Nice range for reasonable price. Cool. Is it outdoor? I think it was outdoor, right? Thank you, Rock. As to the Setme's video, was fun. It's such a good looking green gun. Misha's video had brass shells jamming like your friend, but all his steel case rounds ran without a problem. Huh. I got plenty of steel case. I'll have to do it. I bought all the steel case to run through that gun because it was so overgassed it was bending up my brass. Now, this time it wasn't bending the brass up, which means like I thought, it was underpowered. Those were reloads we were shooting. Joe, man, I had a Chinese drum with my Mac 90 a lot of years ago. Hit it for the next nothing too. Yeah. Let's see. Chad. Century Arms brings in the winders. Found a top loader and decided to grab one. 200. You paid the right money. You got the right mag. You're good to go. I have both. I have one of the winders and two of the top loaders. No, I have four of the top loaders, two for each RPK. So I've got two top loaders for each RPK with the covers that go on the belt. And then I have one pouch for each RPK with 4 40-round unissued Romanian mags in them, and all the other accoutrements. So I have full setups for each one of those RPKs. If you look at the RPK picture I used for a lot of these live streams, you'll see one of the RPKs in there with the drums and the 4-place 40-round pouch. Really cool stuff. Hell yeah, Rock! Get the hell out of Illinois. I live in Delavan Lake. Really? I'm in Delavan every day. So if you've listened to the ammo things, I talk the Fleet Farm is the Delavan store that I talk about all the time. Had great luck there. Great luck. You will see me in there some weeks, 3-4 days a week. I stop in. Always check in there. But if you've watched, they're also the ones that I got screwed on that 590A1. So yeah, I make the rounds. I get all around the state. That's what my job does. No, I don't work in Delavan. But I like that Fleet Farm there. The guys that work in the gun department are pretty nice. Jim, what's Jim and 3? Yeah. Jim and Ed at the gun counter are good buddies of mine. I've never told them I got a channel or anything like that. I don't like doing that. Then they look at you like, I don't know. At least I think they do. So I've never said anything. And if you did you hear the story that happened with the 590A1 when they called it in, it got delayed and it went like 30 days and they wouldn't do anything. And you can fill out another one. I said, no, thanks. And that's the last gun I bought there and probably the last gun I'll ever buy there. And I bought a lot of guns there. But I get a lot of reloading stuff there, different stuff. Just depends. Lately, there's been nothing of any, nothing worth mentioning. Ammo prices, nothing. Their ammo prices have went up. I get it. Everyone's has a little, but they seem to have made the jump a little bit. I don't know. It's not as attractive as it was even a couple months ago. And that was a staple. Sounds about right. Fleet Farm needs to do some upgrades in their supply chain. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Sometimes they surprise you and you get something interesting, but man, I haven't seen anything really neat out of there in a while. I was shocked when that 590A1 was there. I'm like, finally. And then that got screwed. I heard Dam Road. I was trying to think. Mud Road, something. Somebody's told me about Dam Road that it's a really good shop. But I got to go there. I got to find it. How close to the store is it there? Dam Road, Hunt Shop in Delavan, and Elkhorn Gun Barrel and Elkhorn are great shops. Open every day, I would assume, full shops. Um, yeah. I almost bought the RV dealer in Delavan. We were very close. Me and the missus sat down. We met with the owner several times. Now it's Cunas or something. But yeah, I was as close as I've ever been to buying a store. That place. Looking back, I probably should have, but she made the deal a little difficult at the end, and I told her to stick it. But looking back, I should have kept my cool, bought it, because that property at that intersection and off ramp is worth a friggin' fortune right now. Could have closed up shop and sold the property and been long retired. But oh well, that was probably 5-6 years ago. Anyhow, yeah, interesting. Small world, huh? But yeah, if you talk to those guys, say, hey, check this guy out. When he comes in, give him a special deal. No. Dam Road is about 10 minutes out of downtown Delavan, and the Gun Barrel is 15 minutes north of downtown Elkhorn. Lauderdale Lakes, okay. Dam Road, is that about 10 minutes then from Fleet Farm? Smaller couple. Yep. We got out of Illinois a while back, thank God. I would have stayed. I love my town. Matter of fact, we still have the home there, but that's just the kids because of school and stuff now, and they're older and they use it. But they're slowly, my one's getting married, the other one's gone, and I got my youngest. So when she's done, we'll get rid of that house, and that'll be that. It's a shame because I love it, and I just wish I could move it 30 feet north of the border, but we love where we're at now too, so it's fine. 10 to 15 minutes from, I'm going to have to check it out. I was literally last week, it's come up twice. I was trying to think of this Dam Road, but for some reason I was thinking Mud Road or something. So I'm glad you brought that up. Cool. So we will check it out. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for everything. And if you guys, I'll mention another shop, just a little shout out to them because they're always good to me. And that is Select Fire Weaponry over toward Milwaukee. I believe it's Waukesha, actually. Great shop with tons of selection of cool stuff. If it's tactical, they got it. And if it's not tactical, they got it. Tons of accessories. Good bunch of guys, young guys. And they got me turned on to these MP5s too. But check them out. Good bunch of dudes. I haven't been in there in quite a while. I got to stop in. But yeah. Enjoy, guys. Get out this week and shoot. Protect the Second Amendment. Make sure you take someone shooting. Take someone new. Get them into the sport. When you hear someone talking about the Second Amendment, talking the wrong way, make sure you speak up, be heard. They speak up, they're heard, right? They make sure of it. We need to do the same. Uphold it. Don't settle for someone taking your rights away. Please don't settle. Someone has to stand up. Yeah, it can be a big loss. It can be a sacrifice. But what if the founding fathers had said, yeah, I got a wife and kids and my business, and they had a lot more to lose than most of us, yet they did it. They could have lost their life at any moment. Had they been captured, whatever. The times here, it really is. Things are happening so fast. Read between the lines. This has nothing to do with the war in Ukraine, guys. Nothing at all to do with it. You're smart. You understand things that make you go, When it makes you go, start looking for the real story. Promise you it's there. You just have to find it. Dig in. what used to be a conspiracy theory is not a conspiracy theory anymore. They're real theories. Nothing is far-fetched anymore. It's crazy, crazy. Protect yourselves. Protect what you have. Protect your family. Protect our way of life. Protect our country and our liberty. And as always, Rockford Ordnance out. And I'm sorry about the rough time with the stream night, guys. It'll be better next week, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Have a great night.